Right, I can see from here that the camera is wonky, so there we go. Right, yeah, the camera's wonky, not the hut. So here we are nearly done with the renovation works on the shepherd's hut, which is great. Today is Mary's birthday, and she is currently swinging in a hammock outside, listening to some music. I'm going to get her in here in a minute to run you through some of the things that she's been responsible for. But before that, I will just quickly run you through the bits that I've done since the last time you were here. I mean, that's a WhatsApp message come in. So let's all go. Now here we've got a seat, so a nice comfy seat, and it's hiding the wheel arch. Just flip that out the way a sec. We haven't got the bed sheet yet, that's something else. But the foam for the bed, that came the other day. This just flips up, and obviously in here is the wheel arch, an old metal wheel arch. But you know, it's yeah, it's a good little storage space as well. Just there, I changed the inverter round, so it was vertical. I just screwed it to this, or what, you know, I put in a shelf inside there and just attached it to that, so it's the right way around now. Still plug things in nice and easily. I've also got on the other side of here another socket which has currently got the radio plugged into it. So that just comes, yeah, it just comes straight through that box. So that's good. And actually, one thing, a note on this inverter, I was having trouble running power tools. As part of my tidying up, I put on some much bigger cables. You'll see there, there's some much chunkier cables. They actually came with the inverter, and I've connected those straight on to the battery. And this morning I was running a 620 watt jigsaw, which is the highest wattage thing I've used on this build to date. I used that to cut the holes in the floor, and it was absolutely fine. The inverter was quite happy, the batteries were quite happy, they hardly dropped any charge at all. So that's really encouraging. I think putting those cables on has made a big difference to how that operates. So that's a real result. I stuck some coat hooks. Literally just went out into the wood, grabbed a couple of bits of not too rotten timber off the off the floor, straightened up the back with the shave horse, on the shave horse, sorry, with the draw knives, just so they're nice and secure on there. Shelving units, these boxes, I think you might have seen these before, but I'm not sure they were on the wall. So they're just made out of old pallets by a guy in Bicester, which is local to us. I'd picked them up weeks ago, but now they're up there being sort of useful storage. So the stove is obviously as it was largely. The heat board has gone back on the walls. I will probably sort of like paint this a slightly nicer colour, although, you know, do you know what, it's not that bad, especially given in mind the fact that that big paella pan is hanging there, and all of that. The floor piece may well be done. There, we've got a lino on order. We had lined up a lino from a friend of ours, or from a friend of a friend, like an off-cut to do this, but unfortunately with the current situation and the restrictions, you know, we're just not able to get it, and we're so close to finish now. We thought, you know what, we'll just go online and order one. So that's what we've done. So that's still to do, but other things that have been done. Just connected up the dregs of this water. We've got a tiny little bit in there. Pipes running underneath to the pump under the floor, which Mary is now operating for the first time ever. Yay! We have water in the shepherd's hut! It's going to take me a really long time to get tired of that pump, because up until now, so that's, I believe I've had this hut down here for 5 years now. It's been a case of lifting a big jug of water into the sink, whereas now I can have my big jug of water outside and just pump it in. It's such a simple thing, but it makes me so happy. And honestly, it took about 20 minutes, including drilling all the holes, to sort that out. So there you go. You know, and it's an inexpensive pump as well. So why I didn't do it years ago, I don't know. You know, Mary has had a very positive impact on me, and that sort of stuff, and just wanting to make this place a bit nicer for both of us. Last time you were here, the top was in, the oven was in. Yeah, most of that was done, I think. I'm not sure this little door was in. That's the cleaning cupboard. Also in there, you'll see we've got gas drop-out vents. So that, you know, gas bottles here, and drop-out vents go straight out. Now, over this side, obviously I'm sat on the seat now. Over the other side is the opposite wheel arch, obviously, which is partly covered by this cupboard and then boarded in there, and then above it I just built, again out of a load of scrap timber, this little shelving unit for pots, pans, etc. And you know, we've got bowls and things like that in there, and a little bedside table for the top bit. So I just get the lamp back in here. I mean, that lamp, it's a reproduction of a Victorian one, but it's really, really nice when you sat outside of a summer evening, just, you know, having your dinner at the picnic table. That's a really nice light to sit by, because it's a nice soft light. You can see what you're doing, but it's really, really nice. The old paraffin lamps, I really love them. I wouldn't light it in here, simply because they smoke a bit, but they do certainly smell a lot, and I wouldn't want to use it in a space like this. But fortunately, as you well know, I don't need to anymore, because that still excites me. Fantastic. Oh, I just got to move this. Hang on, I just want to show you this. So my old wood saw, I just screwed up to the roof with it. I didn't have any washers, so I used the cut off bits of those, the end of those. I cut those off and I kept hold of them, and I just used those to hold it up. And the reason I needed to cover that up, because that's Paul Bissiker Bushcraft, and I'm not sure he wants YouTube to know his phone number, so I will not film that bit for you. But yeah, Paul Bissiker gave me his business card, if you like, and so it sits up there as well. So there we go. Okay, so Mary, who hates being on camera, tell me about the bits that you've been involved with.
Right, so first of all, the blinds, I picked them up in a charity shop, and I picked them up because if you look at the picture that from whatever year it was,
1960 sometime, I think.
1960 something, with the cows on the field, inspired me, and I saw these in the shop and just thought they'd be absolutely perfect for a piece of agricultural land that was once. So yeah, so they...
Yeah, so you actually got two It was two sets, wasn't it?
2 sets. We had to cut them down to size.
So they were like 6 foot long. Well, one of them was 6 foot long, and one of them was, I think, 4 foot across.
Like that,
so we only needed them to be a metre. So
yeah, they were fun to carry home on my walk on my own. But there we go. Yeah, so they were pretty.
So it was a good find.
I think they were about £8 in total for both of them, so it was quite a good find.
Fantastic.
And then the colour scheme came from, I think you filmed when we went to the Sue Rider sale.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. And we picked up the cushion covers from there. So this was the one that's inspired everything. We saw this and we thought, well, it has a bicycle, which for Samuel is essential in life. So we've just gone for reds and oranges. It's all a bit fluffy at the moment, there's a bit of a clean. So yeah, so plain red duvet cover to go with it, and the throw, and then tea towels and towels. Unfortunately, they're not quite what I wanted. The unfortunate situation at the moment that we find ourselves in, you can't actually go and look for things, so ordering online you don't quite get what you think you're going to get, but they are fine. So yes, that's really all I've bought so far, and the floor is coming, as Sam said, tomorrow hopefully. And I've just done a sort of a mock stone vinyl, which is quite a light colour because it's very light in here, and I thought a dark floor would kind of draw everything down and make it seem a bit smaller in here. So yeah.
One thing we are still waiting for is this door to be gone. My brother is on the case of that, and so the current restrictions have created issues with that. He has got a second hand or third hand or whatever door. It came off a shed, and he's going to convert that into a stable door for us and put a frame in and sort of, you know, make a nice job of that. But unfortunately we have to wait on that for the time being.